Guys, welcome back to the Commentator's Desk for the final match of Weekend 3, Day 1. We've had a really awesome day today. I know a lot of the teams here are super tired, especially those guys in the losers bracket who played match after match today. We have WeForm VOLTA versus CASTABOUTS, who CASTABOUTS a little bit fresher because they haven't had as many matches today, coming from the winners bracket. CASTABOUTS now in the losers bracket for their final, potential final match in this tournament. So from the VOLTA side, we have Vindicator, Navy Megathron, Leshak, Curse, Magus, Pontifex, Hyena, Thalia, Deacon, Crucifier. So you see a lot the Curse and Crucifier, so you have lots of tracking disruptors there. Hyena, you got webs and paints. I mean, you get a really strong comp from VOLTA. And then CASTABOUTS, you have the Vindicator, Hyperion, Navy, Brutix, Deimos, Rook, Pontifex, Retribution, Vedmak, Thalia, Deacon. The CASTABOUTS team did come at 0, so I think we do see advantage here from VOLTA. The statistically in the tournament so far, the 3 battleship core has been doing much better than the 2 battleship core comps.
So hi lads, I've made it from the desk and I'm here to join you in the booth. So let's have a look what we've got here. As you've already introduced both teams, we are the countdown starting to run. So I think this is going to be a very exciting match. Both teams choosing to come in very close to the middle. It looks like the furthest anyone is at 30 kilometers. But there's a whole bunch of CASTABOUTS people right down in the middle, ready to brawl right into that VOLTA team sitting up at about 20. It looks like, yeah, there is a flagship Leshak piloted by Annie on the VOLTA team. So that's going to be just dishing out huge amounts of damage as it ramps up, especially as those ships come burning in right into its optimal.
Yeah, we do have 3 seconds left until the match starts. You have the Hyena actually close range, so you're going to get instant webs on one of the ships here to control it. The Vindicator, Navy Megathron, and Leshak going to do their best to burn down as you see the webs instantly applied to the Vindicator, holding it in place. So this 3 battleship core is going to be able to apply DPS. As we've seen throughout the tournament, anytime the Vindicator is not controlled, you don't see, you just see the Vindicator going ham on the rest of the team. You see grapplers being applied to the Deimos. Grappler does fall off and swap to the Navy Brutix as VOLTA looks to be waffling on what they actually want to shoot here at the start of the match.
Yeah, it looks like Will in that Hyena, he ran in close to get that jam on, the web on it, but then the Deimos and the Retribution are chasing him around as he flies away. He is scrammed, he is webbed, but he is surviving quite well. We saw him tank really well under Starfleet Commander earlier on. This time Starfleet's going to be in the Deacon with Tigger in the Thalia, so can the 2 Logifrigates keep up with as much damage as being pumped out by the CASTABOUTS team? Meanwhile, the Navy Brutix of CASTABOUTS is going down hard. He is into low armor right now. He is everythinged. The reps are landing, but there's a huge amount of damage from that VOLTA team as he's dropping into hull.
Yeah, the big thing is look at the attack bar of the VOLTA side. It's almost completely filled. You have the 90% Vindicator webs, you have the Blaster Navy Mega, you have the Leshak. I mean, there's so much damage here on the field as this Brutix is barely tanking, and the Hyena from VOLTA also tanking as well due to the Thalia Deacon reps and the rep bots. I mean, that Hyena is so close, and this Brutix, it's super impressive for it to be actually holding on as we see the smart bombs start going off to wipe out the armor bots on top of this Navy Brutix.
Yeah, we saw a whole bunch of damage being applied to all the support from the VOLTA teams. It looked like a bomb went off from the CASTABOUTS side, or perhaps smart bombs, but something happened to cause a huge amount of damage over there. That Hyena, though, he is living to win, and the Vindicator, or Theronth, though, is taking a huge amount of damage. He is webbed, he is grappled, but the reps are landing on him. Meanwhile, that Navy Brutix of Robert Smith is still surviving. He is into hull, and he is bleeding, but he is not... He's still dying. It's just very slow. The Hyperion of Bryson, though, declining to move, sitting at 0 MS, as he's just doing nothing, I guess.
You just enjoying the sight, man. Enjoying the AT, just walk in the park. As you see the Brutix starting to slowly dip down in the structure as the armor bots are getting smart bombed off of this Brutix. The Thalia and Deacon not really having the rep power to keep it up against this Vindicator Navy Mega Leshak combo, and he's slowly dying. Lente ships do have quite a bit of hull, so he does have that extra HP to survive through. And you're not really seeing much going on against them. Like on the VOLTA side, the Hyena is still being shot. His HP is sitting right around half armor, and the Thalia and Deacon are doing a good job keeping him up as you see these swarms of armor bots surrounding him as well. This Navy Brutix does go down from Robert Smith, and you see the webs immediately transfer to the Vindicator of Kirshi Yasin.
Yeah, it looks like VOLTA are primering the Vedmak of Vex Steely Eyes as well, as he starts taking a huge amount of damage. Just look at the difference in the control bars of these two teams. The VOLTA bar maxed out, full girth in the control section here. They've got everything applied onto that Vedmak, and he's taking a lot of damage, but he isn't dying just yet, as they're trying to break through the Thalia and the Deacon reps. Losing that Brutix, of course, means that they've lost some links. In fact, almost a huge chunk of their links. Only the Pontifex left to give them links now. So if that was their armor links, it's maybe like about a minute before they're going to drop off, and then we're going to see teams get a little bit more squishy.
Yep, the CASTABOUTS logistics frigates doing their best to keep everything repped up. As you see, news starting to apply as the Vedmak gets volley straight through structure, and he's down. So that is two big ships. That's the Navy Brooks and a cruiser from the Vedmak off the field. That's a lot of DPS. The Vindicator and Hyperion, both, one's grappled, one's webbed, so they're held securely in place as you see damage start going on to, looks like, the Retribution. So this CASTABOUTS team is held down pretty effectively from this 3 battleship core, but as I say that, Navy Megathron is starting to have chunks taken out of his armor as the battleships from CASTABOUTS start swapping to something they can actually kill.
Yeah, the CASTABOUTS Pontifex there died as well, so that is now no links left for the CASTABOUTS side, so they're going to be a lot easier to kill now. Will in the Hyena is now completely free. He was webbed for a very long time, but they've decided either to drop him or simply it was the Vedmak that was after him. Meanwhile, the Hyperion is now locked down on the CASTABOUTS side by the VOLTA team as the damage just continues to be applied, and the longer this match goes on and the more damage ships that the CASTABOUTS lose, I really don't think they're going to be able to break anything on this VOLTA side now, barring a mistake. If someone, for example, that Hyena gets webbed, scrammed, painted and everything, then he might die. But the fact that CASTABOUTS haven't been able to break anything under the two Talia Deacon combo, and now they've lost two big DPS ships, I think this could be maybe game over for them.
Yeah, the big thing here is after all those maintenance bots get smart bombing off the field, the Thalia Deacon combo from CASTABOUTS weren't able to keep these ships alive, and we've said it over and over again for all these matches that the Thalia Deacon, while really good, the reps just can't hold up to a short range, and they rely on those bots. As you see, this Hyperion, which has a bonus to its actual local rep, holding on for dear life and slowly starting to sink down.
Yeah, once that drops, it's really only going to be the Vindicator and the Demos left for any DPS for CASTABOUTS. I mean, the Hyperion is a hard nut to crack. You can see him getting chunked, but then his reps will land, and he's still surviving. You've got to remember, he's been killed. A Hyperion, one of the tankiest battleships with a great rep bonus, is being killed right now through twin Talia Deacon reps. And that's, I mean, just shows how much these Leshaks put out when they are fully spooled up. I mean, we've got a Vindicator, we've got a Megathron, and we've got a Leshak just absolutely vomiting DPS onto the CASTABOUTS side, and the Talia Deacon can't do anything about it.
Yeah, it looks like we see Webb scram paint on the Deacon. He's going to get taken out. It looks like they want to kill some of these reps off the field before they swap to the Vindicator, which that Vindicator is back into the back lines of the VOLTA team, running around trying to do as much damage as possible, but he's not able to actually apply that well. He did get a scram onto the Deacon with his 90% web, so of Starfleet Commander, but it might be too little too late, or rather probably is too little too late, as you see the Rook get tackled from the CASTABOUTS team.
Yeah, we saw just really great use all around of rep bots by the VOLTA team to support the Talia and the Deacon. They were moving quickly to the primary. We see, for example, the Vindicator and the Navy Mega dropping into about mid-armor as the Talia and the Deacon repositioned in the drones move. But once they arrived, it was just too much, as we see GFs appearing in local from both teams, as both teams acknowledge that, yeah, this match is pretty much over. It looks like VOLTA will take the full 100-0 win here over CASTABOUTS.
Yeah, pretty exciting match for the last match of the day. Like I said, this is the losers bracket, so CASTABOUTS will be out of the tournament with them giving the good fight in local. Vindicator Damo still alive, so I mean it was a brawly match, but like I said, the 3 battleship core statistically throughout the tournament has had a huge advantage of compared to the 2 battleship core, and we're just seeing it yet again here.
Yeah, so.
Oh, I believe we might have just lost his mic. Vindicator left, only one left on the field. He is going to have the entire firepower of the VOLTA arsenal, the entire brunt of the VOLTA arsenal dumped onto him. Vindicator, my favorite battleship in the game because 90% web bonus and neutron blasters, but who wouldn't like that? But he's not going to be able to hold up versus a Vindicator Navy Mega and Leshak Curse Newts. I mean, he's just going to be sent to Valhalla at this point. 2 minutes 30 seconds left on the match. VOLTA will continue on. I believe I don't know. I have it pulled up who they play next week, but they do at least get the rest of the afternoon off as the Vindicator is slipping into structure. 2 minutes left.
Pretty solid win there. The VOLTA team as they drop that final Vindicator down. That's 100-0 as we pass back to the guys in the studio.